fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm super excited for this video because I have a bunch of really exciting makeup to try out, and I'm going to be doing basically a full face of first impression. There are a few gaps along the way. I don't have anything new for brows, bronzer, concealer, liner, eye primer, so not everything brand new, but I do have majority, and it's not like I sat down and was like, I need a blush and I need a highlight. It just kind of came together, and I thought may as well just do a fun first impression video. I feel like I've said this before and I'll probably say it again, this video is not going to be actually helpful, I don't think, in the way of if you're trying to buy anything I'm talking about, like especially for my face, because I feel like when you just try so many things at once, it's not actually genuinely helpful, because it's like, well, did I really like the powder, or did I really like the foundation, or was it the primer that made everything weird when you're trying so many like variables? But I do think that it's fun just on an entertaining scale. And the eyeshadow I should be able to give a good opinion on. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Glossier Mango Balm.com Universal Skin Salve. So this is just a lip balm, and I'm obsessed with lip balms right now. I genuinely need help. I can't stop buying them. But honestly, I mean, my lips don't look, I mean, they don't really look chapped right now, but they don't look that moisturized because I was waiting to put this on. But I've done this thing where I've started putting chapstick everywhere I go. Like, there's one in my car, there's one in my purse, there's one in the bathroom, there's one in the kitchen. Like, I have chapstick everywhere, and I swear it has saved my lips so much this winter. So I'm not even mad at it. I use lip balm, chapstick all the time. I have the little Tatcha Kisu lip mask I've been using every single night, and I'm obsessed with that as well. So I just wanted to give this a chance. And also, I was getting free shipping because I ordered the Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. I've heard so many people talk about this, and it seems so nice. It's just like supposed to be like this glowy serum, and I love to glow, but I'm not going to use that today just because I feel like it doesn't go with everything else that I'm doing, and I have a different primer to use. But that's the reason why I purchased this. And also mango. Like, I don't think I have anything mango scented. Oh my god, that's thick. Okay. She's thick. It's kind of thin, but it smells like Rita's mango Italian ice. If you've ever had that, I'm down for it. Also, that is so much product. I feel like I'm going to be using that for the rest of my life. There's like a whole half an ounce. Alright, so jumping into skin, I have kind of a funny story. So a few months ago, I had a really sweet subscriber send me a package of makeup and skincare, and it was just an overwhelming amount, and I'm so appreciative of it. I knew she had sent me a few things from Milk because I've been slowly dabbling in the products, and I know I have like one blush that I have in my blush drawer from Milk that I really like, that she sent me, one of the little minis. But I was going through it the other day, and I saw this primer that I've heard a lot of people talk about recently, and I was like, oh my gosh, did not even realize that that was in the box. I totally must have missed it. So this is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I feel like this was on the bestsellers list on Sephora. I've heard a lot of people mention this as like a 2019 favorite. So it does say that it has hemp-derived cannabis extract, which I'm a little bit nervous about because I tried a hemp lip balm and my lips had an allergic reaction to it. So hopefully I'm not allergic to that. So it says to pump 1 to 2 shots of primer on the back of your hand, blend a thin layer onto clean skin before makeup application, and then it says allow formula 1 minute to fully absorb to activate grip for all day hold. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and give it a chance. I don't even really have any primers like this. Like, I feel like all of my primers are to look glowy, and none of them focus on being long lasting at all, so definitely curious. Alright, so there's one little pump. Oh no, they said 1 to 2. We'll give it another half. Maybe I should come a little closer to the camera. You guys can see what's happening here. So, I mean, it did pretty much just get tacky pretty quickly. So I'm going to give that a minute to dry down. I'll tell you about the next product. So next I have the Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick. So the story behind this foundation stick, I definitely was not looking to buy any more foundation, but my friend Millie, Bad to the Brow, she posted this and said that she bought it. She did not like it at all, and she couldn't return it to Sephora, and asked if anyone was interested in purchasing it. It was the lightest shade, so I figured it would probably match me, and I'm obsessed with foundation sticks, and I know that she has oily skin and I have dry skin, so a lot of times the things that she hates skin-wise I love, and vice versa. So I just felt like it would be a nice foundation to try. So I bought it from her, and that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So here is what the foundation stick looks like, and this is the shade, which I feel like looks pretty good to me. Like I said, it's the shade Porcelain. So, okay, well, I feel like that primer kind of set down because it doesn't feel quite as tacky as it did when I first applied it. So I'm just going to roll this up and give it a chance. Yeah, the shade looks pretty good. I have this thing too, I try stick foundations and they pretty much all work for me. Like I have one that I don't love because it's a high-end and I don't feel like it's worth the price. But I've had pretty good luck, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Real Techniques contour brush. No, sculpting brush is what it's called. This is the newer version, so this one was sent to me through Octoly. I've purchased the original forever ago and I have it somewhere, but I'm just going to go ahead and blend that in. See, this is one of those times where this video is not that helpful because right now I'm thinking like it just looks okay and it looks fine. It's giving me like light coverage, but I'm guessing if I were to put this over my Glossier Priming Moisturizer Rich, which is my favorite primer, I would like it like 10 times more because I feel like it just, that plus stick foundation is life. Whereas this over the Hydro Primer is giving me more of a matte finish. Maybe just, I feel like you can see it kind of looks a little masky there. It might be just a little bit lighter than my skin tone, but once I go in with bronzer and everything, it'll all work out. I actually did buy a new concealer. I got the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer because I was just so curious about it and I'm really into the idea of that, and I feel like I'm forever looking for a drugstore concealer that I love and adore. I made a whole order because I wanted that concealer and I got it in the mail and they sent me the original Camo Concealer. I'm like, this is not what I ordered. I hate this concealer. They sent the wrong formula and the wrong shade. So I'm gonna see if I can pass that off to someone, but yeah, so I'm waiting for them to send the replacement of the right concealer. Alright, so like I said, right now it's just giving me a matte finish. I don't love the way it looks, but I'm going to definitely try it again with my favorite primer and I'm sure it'll be way better. So for concealer, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my Anastasia Pot Concealer, which is my favorite for acne. I mean, you can probably tell it's pretty loved. I'm going to tap that over. Alright, so I think I'm going to go into my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Cloud, just because it is a little bit of a lighter color and I feel like it'll match the stick foundation better than if I went in with another concealer and it was darker than the foundation. I feel like that would look kind of odd. I'm kind of over the things that Too Faced has been doing recently, so I'm kind of just taking a break from them. I'm not about it, but I did spend my hard-earned money on this concealer, so I'm going to use it up. Then I'm just going to blend that out with my Shop Miss A Pawpaw Sponge. This is kind of strange. I feel like it's been months since I did my face makeup on camera. I've just been in a routine. Alright, so I have a new powder, and this was actually sent to me from Millie as well. She sent it in the package with the foundation, and she just included it. She told me she knows that I need a new powder, like I need a hole in my head, but put it in anyways. So this is the Makeup Revolution Translucent Loose Setting Powder. It says it's talc-free, no flashback, and water-resistant, which I appreciate. I also think the packaging is really nice. I haven't heard that much about this powder, but I feel like the packaging is so convenient. Like, it actually has space and everything. There's a mirror, and I don't know, I just really like it, rather than your typical, like, twist off. Alright, I'm going to go in with one last quick tap over my concealer before I set it. And then I'm just going to take the tiniest little bit of powder, set underneath my eyes. And I'm just going to lightly set the center of my face, especially the little spots of acne that I spot concealed, and kind of leave it at that. So, I mean, that looks fine. It worked. Alright, for bronzer today, I'm going to go ahead and take my Fenty Beauty Into Sun Bronzer, which I love. Just a really nice light tone. I'm just going to pick up some, obviously. How else am I going to do it? and then just gonna lightly bronze my skin. My nose looks super dry. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my cheeks after I do my eyes. So I'm gonna prime with the Anastasia eye primer, which I really like. I feel like, honestly, if you want an affordable eye primer, I want to say that this little one was maybe like, I think it was maybe like $10 or $13 or something, not crazy. And I feel like it's going to take me forever to go through this because you need the tiniest amount ever. Like, watch this. Okay, ready? That is going to be enough for both my eyes. It's magic. And it sets so fast. I also really love the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas in the shade Illustrate. It's one of my favorite eye primers, but I feel like that one I do have to take a little bit more time to get it to tap in and set down and everything. So this is just super effortless, but I'm so excited for eyeshadow today because we're going to be trying out the Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette. I'm a clown. I fully admit it, but I just fell in love with this palette from the moment I saw it, and I just have all these like super soft neutral with like these pops of color looks in mind, and I never got the original Latte palette, and I just thought that this was so stunning, and I have no self-control. So the packaging is super cute because it does kind of remind me of spilt coffee. So here is what the palette looks like. It has been so long since I bought a neutral palette, but there was just something about these tones. It smells good too. I don't think I would say it smells like coffee, but it actually does have a sweet scent to it, so that could be a good thing if you like scents, or a bad thing if you're sensitive to scents. You can see it right there. The mirror says every day is a fresh start, which I think is such a cute little, I love inspirational sayings on mirrors. I don't know why. And the palette is just super beautiful. The one thing I will say though, I'll show you guys up close. I feel like whoever puts these shadows in place is probably a little drunk at work. Like maybe they need to check in on them because I mean, it's a little funky, especially frothy and iced coffee. Okay, so before I jump into doing a look with this palette, I feel like it wouldn't even be me if I didn't quickly swatch it. I know that's not the point of this video, but I just love swatching things. So okay, real quick, we have Cafecito, which is kind of a mid-warm tone brown. We have Coffee Beans, which is a little bit deeper. Those are actually pretty similar. This one's just a touch more warm. And then we have Café con Leche, which is a light tannish color. I thought that one was going to be a little bit deeper, honestly, but it's just like a very light beige. Oh my god. I have swatches on my arm from earlier. I forgot. Okay, so that's what happened. Did I even film that today? Did I film earlier today? I didn't. Oh, that's from last night. Okay. So next we have Frothy, which is kind of a warm toned, really light shade. You know what I was thinking about actually? I used to always take shades like this in palettes. Like I remember especially the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. I would use the like really light white warm tone shade to set underneath my eyes and to brighten because I feel like it's easier now, but it used to be really hard to find shades that were actual face powders that were light enough to brighten underneath my eyes. So maybe I'll try that again today. I think that could be fun. I mean, I know I already said underneath my eyes, but what the heck. And then we have Blonde Roast, which is like a really beautiful mustardy tone. That's actually different than I expected, but I like it. And then we have Drizzle, which is a shimmery goldy bronze. I've had hit and miss luck with Dominique Cosmetics palettes, but I don't know, I was willing to give it another try. All right, next we have Iced Coffee, which is a little bit more of a cool toned bronze. And then we have Frappe, which definitely stole my attention because it's just like a really light, kind of taupey, shimmery color. It has like tiny micro sparkles and it's super beautiful. Then we have Strawberry Milk, which is Honestly, I feel like strawberry milk and matcha are a little bit deeper than I thought they were just from like pictures online. I thought that they were more pastel. Okay. Alright, last but not least, we have the shade Matcha, which is probably the shade I'm the most excited about. Like, this is the one that really probably was like the straw that broke the camel's back as far as me purchasing this palette. So there's the color story. I mean, everything seems to swatch pretty well. It's a neutral palette with some pops. Definitely not necessary. This was a treat myself moment, but I think it does look super, super beautiful. I just have to like praise Dominique Cosmetics for like the tiniest little moment because my really good friend Lily lives in Puerto Rico, and I never really understood how much Puerto Rico gets like the short end of the stick when it comes to shipping and just things in the US in general. And she ordered this palette the exact same day that I did, and it arrived for both of us today, and I think she only paid like $4 shipping or something like that from Dominique Cosmetics. So I appreciate that it was not crazy. Like, I know she tried to order from Give Me Glow and they canceled her order because shipping should have been like $36 or something because she lives in Puerto Rico, and it's just craziness. So I don't know. I appreciate that they have reasonable shipping. Small tangent, but I thought it was worth noting. All right, so like I said, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Frothy first. Picks up really well with my brush, and I'm just gonna throw that underneath my eye just for like a little highlighted moment. Also, just in case I get any fallout, this is gonna make a little bit more protection for my under eyes. Alright, so I have this very interesting specific look in mind, but I don't even know if it's gonna end up working out for me. We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Cafe con Leche, and I'm gonna throw that into my crease. Just a very, very light transition shade for me. I'm also going to pop that shade along my lower lash line, even though you can barely see it, but I'm sure once it mixes with the next brown it will make a difference. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take Coffee Beans just because I want to keep this look more on the neutral side, and I'm going to start that off on my outer V. Oh, good pigmentation. And then slowly bring it in once the majority of the product is off the brush. Then just going back in with a little bit more, just building the depth. Alright, so I've kind of built that up a little bit. I'm not being too precise or blending that much with that shade. I'm just going to go back in with my previous brush and just go around the edges, and it's blending right away. I feel like I could get that brown to probably go darker if I went in with an even smaller brush for my outer V, but I'm pretty happy where it's at right now, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go into my pencil brush again, that same deeper brown, and just going to blend that onto the outer 2/3 of the lower lash line, I would say. And then again, just going to go in with my little fluffy brush, my big fluffy brush I should say, and just kind of blend. And I want this to be pretty soft. Alright, so before I go in with my lid shade, the specific look that I have in mind is taking the shade Matcha on the inner corner. I don't know why, but the moment I saw this palette, that's all I could think about. So I'm going to take it on just this BH Cosmetics number 7 brush. I think this was from the Rose Quartz set or something like that. Just a very tiny, fluffy little blending brush. I'm going to pick up a touch of Matcha, which does have definitely some kickback. And I'm going to get rid of all the excess that I can. And I'm going to pop that onto the inner corner. I mean, it doesn't look that intense right there because like I said, I tapped off as much product as I possibly can. And then I'm just going to blend it and then slowly add more at like that very most inner part just to make it look not crazy. I mean, maybe a little crazy, but not too crazy, you know. Alright, so I said I wasn't going crazy, but I'm like slowly adding more and more. Alright, so I'm going to go into the pencil brush I was using before just because, what is this? This is the Makeup Geek Outer V brush. It's like a thicker pencil brush and it's very, very dense. So I'm going to take some more of matcha on that. And I'm just going to pop it right onto this area. And then I think I'm going to bring a little bit more of that onto the lower lash line here. Alright, so last but not least for the lid, I'm going to go ahead and take Frappe. And I think I'm just going to grab it on my finger because why not? Tap off the excess and I'm going to tap that over the front of my lid. Such a pretty shade. I really, really love the sparkles in that. I feel like that color too, there's just something about it. Like it's the perfect shade to complement the pops of color. Like I think you could put any of those through the crease and then just pop this on the lid and it would be beautiful. But it also looks really, really stunning with these neutral shades as well. Alright, not gonna lie. That is everything I hoped it would be and more. I really, really like that look. I'm gonna go ahead, take my setting brush, setting powder brush, whatever, and just get rid of any fallout, which I do have a little bit from the sparkle. That would probably benefit from some glitter glue. Really, really hope I have a mint liner. I don't know if I do. I feel like that'd be so pretty with this look. Ooh, okay. I have something. So I have this liner. It's not quite mint, but it's the shade Zulu from ColourPop. I feel like it's kind of the same vibes. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that shade. Oh my gosh, okay. I'll pop that shade on waterline, and I might just sit here for a second like a crazy person and let it dry down a little bit so I don't get all of that in my contact. Okay, so that looks really, really pretty. It's kind of the same vibe. It's not the exact same color, but we can actually fix that little fun trick. I'm going to go ahead and wipe the cream product off that brush I just used, and I'm going to dip into a little bit of matcha from the palette, and I'm just going to set that liner with it. Alright, so my thoughts on the palette so far is that I really, really love this look. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. If I had to do it again, I'd use a glitter glue, but I'm super excited to play with this more, and it's the first neutral, like truly neutral, with just a little tiny pop that I've been excited about in a long, long time. So now I have a mascara. Alright, so for mascara today, I'm going to be going into the Maybe Cosmetics Hidden Talent Mascara. This is brand new. I believe it's launching February 7th. They did send this over to me in PR. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to start talking about it tomorrow as of the time that I'm filming this video, which is exciting. So it comes in this like really cool, interesting packaging. And I want to say, I feel like I read that it was recyclable and you can pop it out. And then here is what the actual mascara looks like. So it has like these little kids with all their different costumes on. It says that it is cruelty-free, paraben-free, gluten-free, and vegan-free, made in Japan. And I don't know, I just really, really like the packaging that it comes in. Like, I think this is so cool. And it's slightly satisfying. Little ASMR moment, ready? And I believe the shade on this is black as well. So there's what the wand looks like. Okay, so it looks like it's separating the lashes right off the bat. Alright, y'all, so that is 2 coats of the Maybe Cosmetics mascara, and I do like how it looks overall. Like, I think that I like it enough to keep using it. It gave me a good separation. It added a little bit of length, but I feel like it didn't quite give me the volume that I desire, especially because I have really measly lashes. So would I keep using this? Yes. Would I repurchase it or spend my own money on it? I'm not sure. I don't know if I like it that much. I did really enjoy using it on the lower lash line. I felt like the curve and everything was really nice, and it kind of just got into everything right where I wanted it to be. So yeah, I'm kind of in between, but I feel like sometimes mascaras, you change your opinion as you use them more and everything, but first impression, I would give it like a B- or something like that. So when I was looking really up close to my mirror at my eyes, I did notice my skin looks super, super dry and matte and not really what I'm going for. Like dry to the point where it looks unflattering. So I'm not loving the way the skin looks. I feel like I'm gonna have to play with these different products in a different way and just incorporate them one at a time into my favorites and see how I feel, like I said in the beginning. So, all right, now the exciting, extra exciting part. So this is the Natasha Denona Love Glow Cheek Palette. I'm so excited. This is my Valentine's gift to myself, okay? So I was so excited when I saw that this has released. I'm going to talk more about the entire collection in my indie makeup releases, which I'm not sure if it'll be up or not by the time you're seeing this video. But I decided to skip on the palette, but I feel like I've been waiting so long for Natasha Denona to do one of these 4-pan palettes in a color scheme that I felt like I could wear all the shades and that I was just attracted to all the shades. And I really, really love the size of this. I think this one is limited edition, which kind of stinks, but it is so cute. It has like the little thing, the little, you know, gel thing, which I also have some brushes that do that as well. Like, tell me that's not a mood together. That is so cute. Okay, I'm not a squirrel. But anyways, here's what the color story is. So it's kind of more on the pinky side, which I really, really like. There's a cream blush, which is such a pretty kind of corally red muted tone. And then these two shades here, I feel like I'll probably be using as blush toppers. This one is the Super Glow formula, which I love and adore so much. And then this one is the Diamond Powder, which is a little bit more intense, but I feel like that might actually be a super, super pretty eyeshadow. Not that I'm not going to use it on my cheeks as well, but I just think that it could be multifunctional. And then there's a highlighter, which is the Glow Impact Powder. And I feel like this one looks darker in person than what I thought it was going to be. So I really, really hope that I'm able to use that and that it'll work on my skin tone. But let's just go ahead and swatch it. All right, so first off, we have... What? Oh my gosh, okay. I should have showed you guys that. That, like, was nothing. Okay, I'd swatch it. I'm shook. Let's keep going. It's almost nothing. That is so much lighter than I thought it was going to be. Okay. So, I mean, it has just, like, the tiniest, tiniest color as you build it up. Kind of shook by that. Like, I did a big swatch and then there was nothing on my finger. So that is the cream blush. And then we've got the Super Glow powder. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I love pink. Yeah, that is super, super muted. I'm kind of shook. Then we have the Diamond Powder, which is so pretty. Like I said, that as an eyeshadow, I'm all about it. All right, here is the Glow Impact Powder, which looks, has a little bit of a bronzier base, but I think I'll be able to use that. I don't know. Maybe it's all just gonna be blush toppers for me. Okay, I thought that was a little bit lighter, but it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. There's what the palette looks like a little bit closer up, just in case you wanted to see. And there's the swatches. I feel like I love the idea of cream blush, but every time like I go to apply it, I just kind of am like, okay, so what do I use? Part of me wants to just use my fingers, part of me wants to use the sponge. I don't know. I think maybe I'll just try my fingers. It's gonna be fine. All right, so I'm gonna go in with 2 fingers and just kind of tap that. Well, actually, that's actually really pretty. I do have powder laid down, obviously, but I'm just kind of tapping and hopefully not disturbing too much. Okay, so actually that's kind of crazy because I wasn't sure how pigmented that was going to be and if it was going to be something I would have to go in with like a super light hand with and everything, but that's actually the most subtle, just like soft pinky look, and it has like a very, very soft glow to it. Really like that. Okay, I went in with more that time. We'll add a little bit more over here. Okay, so I really like that color and the finish. And honestly, it's not even disturbing anything that's happening underneath it, which I appreciate because there was a lot happening. Part of me wants to go in with the Diamond Powder here as my highlight and part of me wants to try this one. Maybe I'll just go in with the Glow Impact first because I feel like it goes more with this look. And if it doesn't work out, we'll see. I'm going to use the Morphe E61 because I feel like that does a really nice, beautiful, diffused look. And going into that true highlight shade, popping that onto the cheekbone. I feel like, oh man, see that? Yeah, it's just a little bit too dark, especially popping it over a cream base. I thought that one was lighter. When I got it in person, I was kind of like, that's a bronze. Okay, so I'm going to go into this pink shade here. You know what? I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and take a little bit of it on my finger and tap that onto the top of my cheekbone. So if you're not familiar with the diamond powder, as you can see, it definitely does have a really, really sparkly finish, which is probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I think it can be really beautiful, especially like in the sunlight, like when it just hits just right. It's everything. I'm going to take just a touch of the Super Glow in the shade Fair from Natasha Denona, which is a really nice light shade. And I'm just going to throw that on my nose. That's what I needed. I also grabbed something else from Natasha Denona because I couldn't help myself. She came out with a Lipophoria gloss and balm, and I love lip gloss. I love lip balm. I just love that kind of hybrid feeling. So when I saw the description of this and I saw the shades, I really wanted to give one a go. I don't have any other lip products from Natasha Denona except for a red liquid lipstick that I got for free whenever I met her at a meet and greet. So I thought I would try it. So I grabbed the shade Nude, which looks like this, and it looks to be a pretty true nude shade. I'm excited about it. Let's go ahead and swatch it. I got one from Dominique Cosmetics as well. Now that I'm looking at them, they look pretty similar. So I got the shade Creamer from Dominique Cosmetics. Oh wait, actually that one's even lighter. So kind of the same vibes, but I just really, really wanted a super, super, super pale lip gloss. I do like her lip gloss formula, so I have high hopes for this. I'm just hoping. I feel like some products, when they get super light, they get kind of like that like weird milky separated look. So I'm hoping that doesn't do that for me. So anyways, okay, so I don't know, it looks to be, I mean, it was called Nude, but it definitely seems to be a little bit more on the peachy side. Okay, I'm gonna give it a try just to try the formula, and if it doesn't work with this look, I'll try something else. Interesting smell. Alright, so I have some thoughts. I feel like I didn't read anywhere that this was claiming to be a plumping lip gloss, but my lips are definitely tingling. Depends on how you feel about it. Maybe you'll really love that, but for me, I don't buy things that are claiming to be plumping. It's just not my life. I don't like the way the tingles feel, and I have super sensitive lips, and I feel like my lips are already, they're fine on their own, so why, like, there's nothing to fix. So I'm not super in love with that. I also don't know who gave the go-ahead to call this a lip balm, because it doesn't feel like a lip balm at all. It just feels like a regular lip gloss. It does seem to have good coverage. I do like the color. It's not quite as peachy on the lips as it does look on my hand. It kind of adapted a little bit, which I like. I'm trying to get over the tingles because I just really, really don't like that. I feel like it does look really, really glossy. It's kind of a semi-opaque type finish. I'm curious to see how long it wears for. I feel like it's not super sticky, but it's not slick either. It's kind of in between, so maybe that'll help with the wear time. From first impression, I'm not like super blown away by it. I don't know, I kind of feel like after trying it, I could have passed on this, especially I just cannot get over the fact that my lips are still tingling. I wish I would have known. If I knew that it tingled, I would not have bought it because I just don't like tingles. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off just because I don't love the color with this look. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my lips are definitely a little bit red after taking that off, and they do feel a little bit irritated, which is irritating. Alright, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and do my backup plan and try the Dominique Cosmetics. It's a very, very, very light nude, so it might be something that's better with a lip liner, but I'm just going to try it on its own first and see how it goes. So I definitely do think I would like this with a little bit of a lip liner just to define the lips a tiny bit because it is so pale. But I can say automatically I like this miles and miles more than the Natasha Denona one just because I feel like the shade is so light but it doesn't look weird and it's a true neutral, which I appreciate. It didn't really pull pink or warm. It just looks like it lightened my lips a little bit, and it's also that super glossy effect. It looks so stunning on the lips. It's moisturizing, it's comfortable. I really like it. It also has just like a slight sweet scent to it. Honestly, it might be trying to kind of be a coffee scent, but it's kind of like vanilla with like one coffee bean. I can't even remember the last time I returned a makeup product, but I really feel super disappointed by this Lipophoria. So I might look into returning it just because I don't want to keep something that I hate because, like I said, I felt an immediate reaction with my lips and I'm just not about it. But last but not least, I almost forgot about this. I have this JOA Selfie Ready Setting Spray and it's dewy. It says do me a favor. It looks like this. I was sent a box from JOA and I really don't know how that happened. I don't remember ever having contact with them, so I don't know how this got into my life, but one way or another it's here in my life. I know I didn't pay for it, just to be transparent, but I thought I'd give it a chance because I love dewy setting spray, and to be quite honest, I'm obsessed with the Tatcha spray. I bought it in like a skincare for makeup lovers set and I really didn't care that much about it. At first when I tried it I was like, oh yeah, this is fine, but then the more I used it, the more I love it. And the thing about it is that it's not my normal setting spray. It's not something I use every day, but when I have makeup days like today where I stop and I look at my skin, I'm like, wow, it's really dry and flat and just not good. I use that spray and it brings my skin right back to life. Every single time I use it, y'all always comment how good my skin looks, and it's honestly the Tatcha spray. But the thought of ever purchasing it on its own is just crazy to me because it's way too much for a spray. So my new life goal is finding a dupe. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shake this and we'll give it a chance. I feel like I probably should have done that before I did lips, but it's fine. So that actually looks super glowy and pretty. That looks nice. Okay, so I like it so far. I was gonna say my eyes are watering a little bit now, but from smelling it right away, it smells so much like my Nana. It's crazy. It smells just like her house and her, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm kind of saying it smells like grandma, but like in the best way. So I feel like it did definitely help. It looks much better in my opinion. Not to the level of the Tatcha, but I do appreciate it. A for effort. It's pretty good. And I'm pretty sure JOA is a pretty affordable brand. That is everything for this full face of first impressions. It's definitely been a little bit of a roller coaster. There's been good products, there's been questionable products. I think what I'm most excited about would honestly be, let me go back through. Okay, this lip gloss, I can definitely see where this is gonna have like a place in my makeup routine because I don't have anything at all close to this product that's just like a super pale lip gloss. So I'm excited to incorporate this into a lot of nude lips, which you know I'm about. I'm excited to try the foundation with the primer that I absolutely love. I did like the Glossier lip balm. I thought it was decent. I'm definitely going to keep trying it and see how I feel long term. The glowy blush in this palette, the cream blush I mean, this one, I'm actually probably the most excited about in this palette now because I just thought that would look so pretty on the skin. And I absolutely love this look with the Latte 2 palette. So those would be my favorites. I'm definitely a little bit on the fence about the Milk Hydro Primer. I just don't know if this is going to work for me. Maybe what I need to do is put this down and then do a hydrating primer and like find some kind of combo because just on its own, I don't know, like I said, if it comes between long-lasting primer, hydrating primer, I go for hydrating every time. This was a complete fail. And then the Maybe mascara I liked, but it was kind of, like I said, just kind of it was okay. So I think that's pretty much everything for today's video. I really hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.